Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading an Arlecchino Listener by me. So let's get into it. Arlecchino was a difficult person sometimes. That was something everybody knew, and was no surprise to anyone. Not even you yourself. But that made it all the more fun to try and disturb her routines. So whenever she was busy, you would make a point to try and see if you could get her attention. Sometimes that ended up horribly. Like how last time, you tried to get into her office to talk to her about something particularly trivial, and that apparently did not please her very much, as she had an upcoming mission to take care of. She had warned you once, twice, and then she sent you out, telling you she will not tolerate any distractions. And as amusing as it was, you wanted to see if you could do something to stop her from being so firm. And so, after a lot of thought, and after trying to think of all the other times where you had captured her attention, you finally decided on one thing. Perhaps it was in poor taste, but it would get you the results that you needed. And during the time that you thought of this, it was your only thought. So you didn't think much about it, or realize just how bad it could be. And that's how you were on your way to her office, deciding to finally mess up her day and get her attention in the way that you knew best. Again, if you had told anyone about this, they would have told you not to, but you didn't want anyone to know of your little prank. Otherwise, what's to make you so sure that they won't tell her as well? And that could ruin your plans for the day. And that's why you kept quiet, deciding that the best secret is one that's not shared with anyone. And that's how eventually you're finally at the door, and you knocked yet again. You had tried to fake your best upset expression, like something was wrong with you. And so when she opened the door, it seems like something was wrong at first sight. Moyan, what's happening? You don't look well to me. Oh, me? I'm perfectly fine, you say in a faint voice, and it took everything within you to hide your amusement. She was very worried about you. That was to be expected. Arlecchino worried about everyone who mattered to her, and you were no different. You were very close to her heart, so it was no surprise that her worry extended to you as well. It was, however, heartwarming, no matter how assured you were of it. And that's why you kept walking closer and closer to the couch. You were not about to risk getting any damage in your head from faking a fall. You wanted this to be very well acted, and so you had to take precautions to make sure that nothing happened to your head. At least something that won't make it worse than how it is right now, because pranking Arlecchino of all people was not the most sane decision to do, and yet here you were, doing it regardless. She was watching over you with worry when you fell against the couch, and she immediately wrapped her arms around you, helping you up, her eyes furrowed in concern. Just what did you do to get yourself in this state? I can't believe this, she said in a scolding tone. You could tell she was upset, but then, just then, perhaps you weren't so good at acting, because when she put you down on the couch and she looked at you deeply, trying to see if you were fine, she could see that something was off. Something was wrong, and she could very well spot it. She was not a harbinger for nothing after all. She knew everything that was going on in the house, even without being present in it. So of course it would be no wonder that she was able to tell that you were faking this whole thing. And that was not something that you would have rather her know. Lion, I know you're well. Get up, she said, in a slow tone, making shivers run down your spine. You opened your eyes reluctantly, sitting up. Arlie, are you mad at me? She sighed deeply, trying to compose herself. It wouldn't be a lie if I said yes, but it is not the entire truth. I am irritated with you. However, I seek to understand why you are faking this. What's your motive, Wyan? I want to know, just so this does not repeat again. You hesitated for a moment. Fidgeting, being scrutinized under her gaze like this. It made you very nervous, and you knew someone else would already be sweating, perhaps even crying, being looked down upon by the Harbinger. But you were used to her, and even then, you were still nervous. Look, you've been busy, and I just wanted your attention for a little bit. That's all. I promise. There's nothing more to it than that. I'm a little bit upset that you haven't been paying attention to me at all. So, I'm sure you could understand that. I know pranking you wasn't the best thing to do, but what choice did you leave me? I didn't have any other option, and it wasn't like you weren't ignoring me from the start. Even when you do get home, you barely even talk to me anymore. She sighed softly, shaking her head. I guessed as much. But truly, you do not need to go to such lengths to get my attention. I know I have been rather horrible to you for the last couple weeks, but it is due to a new project proposed by the Fatui, and unfortunately the house will have to be involved. It is something I often prefer to keep my children from, especially given how unpredictable the projects tend to be. So I'm doing a lot of work to try to control the environment a little bit. Or at least the situations that they will be in. And I suppose I've been stressed ever since I've had to do this. I apologize for my neglect. Really. But next time, do be careful. I will be forgiving this time, but next time if you do this, I swear. You don't need to swear, Arlie. I understand now. But next time, at least do tell me if something's bothering you. I know I can't help. It's all too big. Bigger than me, and what I can do as a regular person. But at the very least, I could just take it off your mind for a little bit, and help you unwind. I can do that. So you let me. Alright? She smiled softly, nodding. Alright, I will let you do that. And you will let me finish my work for now. Deal? Deal. And that's how it went. It was a lot better than you expected it to end up, especially since you had no expectations at first, and then you got found out. But right now, it's much better. And you're happy that the two of you were able to be honest with each other at the very least.